The Desert Armory and more. What's up, folks? Question of the day: what's your oldest firearm? The request that was made yesterday to be put on the table was my 3 oldest firearms, and then I could do my other old ones if I wanted to, so I did. At least that's what we're doing. I got a lot of old stuff, so it's kind of hard to know what's the oldest when I've got so many old guns. Hey, what's up, Sing? A musket. Yep, that's one of my oldest what do you call it? One of my oldest firearms. I found out that it's an original. Mine's original. No, it's original mine. That's not considered a gun. It's considered non-registrable, so I guess I could touch it, right? Hey, what's up? Waloho, A.T. Smith, George, A. Sane, welcome. Double tap that screen, folks. You know the drill. So we lost 2 subscriptions yesterday. It was more, but we gained some back because we were 670, I think, when we quit. Thanks for coming by. Technically. Yeah, right? Put a little orange tip on it. Should be fine, right? Allegedly, technically. Looks like one of my buddies was that I watched. He had he was messing with pellet guns, which is fine to do because they're not considered firearms. But I told him, I said, you probably don't want to do that because YouTube AI doesn't know the difference. How's it going? It's going good, Brookside. What's good, as you always say? 1,000 is coming quick. Slowly, yeah. My oldest gun is my World War I Corcano. Knights. Hey, 280 away. What's up, everyone? The Sky. So the question tonight is, what is your oldest firearm? Amen, brother. I figured that's what you're going to say. So I was asked to put my 3 oldest firearms, and then I put a whole bunch of other older ones. My oldest would be this here. I did a little research on the percussion rifles. They were made from 1820 to 1860. So it's somewhere around there. This is my Enfield made in Nepal 5.77 Schneider. That's made in 1860s. And then this little thing right here is made in 69 to 71, 1869 to 1871. It's a little Derringer 22. And then these right here, like 1880s, and these are 1890s. And then this is an 1895. So that's what I got going here for my older guns. I got a lot of shotguns that are old too, so single action 22 revolver, best guess is the 19. Oh, yours? Okay. Single action. What year? I mean, what brand is it? Because that would be pretty nice. A 1930 single action 22. Most of the time they were like that little Derringer I have, or that other one that I have that's just a single shot. Those are, the other one I have is like a 1912. I've got a lot of shotguns that are late 1800s. Yeah, do you know what brand that was? I have recommendation for the next stream. Sure, let me get my paper here. Here's my paper. Let me go get my pen. Forgot that. Be right back. All right, got my pen now. Hey, what's up, Liz? How you doing? Lisa, I mean. What's the recommendation you got, AC, for next live? Get your most accurate guns, and question could be, what's your most accurate rifle? Okay, RIP. Yeah, I just found that out. So I was on a live a little bit ago. Hey, Tim Smith, how's it going? Welcome to the chat. What's up, y'all? The question of the day is, what's your oldest firearm? Yeah, I just found that out, Lisa. I was on a live and he mentioned something about, do you hear about Charlie, this, that, and the other? I'm like, what do you mean about Charlie? Someone offed him. I'm like, what? So I'm going to look up some stuff here after I get off. How you doing, Mr. Tim? Tim Smith. It's an idea. Most accurate guns. Accurate guns. Okay, yeah, that would be a consideration there. Hey, what's up? Eastern Washington, hello, Desert Army. I just popped in to give a thumbs up, but I'm not very good company tonight. No worries, brother. Thanks for coming in. Double tapping. Appreciate that. No name, no serial number. All it says is $20 made in Florida. Huh. You ever do research on it? What? How many shot is it? You said it's a revolver, so it's probably a 5 or 6. 22 LR. Made in what? Hey, he might know, but he's leaving, I guess. Maybe when Camden gets in, he might know too. Made in Florida. Okay, I might look that up. Buy aliens in the internet. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I got a couple of AR-15 shotties and Springfield 40s 5s. Nice. It's a 6-shot. Okay. 6-shot. Got any older guns, Tim? Renata, welcome to the chat. Bienvenidos. Hey, I got a subscription. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. My grandpa has a crazy original Colt 6-shot. Nice. So that would be like 18... When did they make... Excuse me. When did they make the first... That would have been 1880s, right? Because I think they made the rifle first. The lever action. All right, again, I got to hop off. Got lessons tomorrow. Just popping in. Oh, thank you, Sane. Appreciate it. How you doing, Renata? Coyote Hunter, what's up? Oldest firearm, 1937, Belgian-made A5. Nice. What's the Martini year? That's what his name is. It's not a Martini Henry. It does shoot a 5.77, but it's a 5.77 Schneider. It's made in 1860s. They made it from 1860s is what I looked up. Hey, Ryan, welcome to chat. Thanks. Mine is usually 6 p.m. Arizona time. So wherever you're at in the U.S., just figure, okay, Arizona time is Mountain Standard without daylight savings time. We're the same as California right now until fall. Double tap that screen, everybody. Thank you. I'll put that as a pin. Appreciate it. Guys, if you're new to the channel, this is Desert Armory and More. We're so happy you came. Thanks for showing up. Tonight's topic was, what's your oldest gun? Last night, someone suggested, hey, put your 3 oldest guns and then go from there. So that's what we decided to do. And what's your oldest gun? We also do shorts of shooting, shorts of hiking, shorts of some of my work. I'm a handyman. I have my own business there. All sorts of stuff. So if you like this stuff, double tap the screen and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Unfortunately, what's the price range on it? I can't read exactly what you're saying. Let's see. I got that. Normally those are about $800 to $1,200. And I got it for $650. It was on consignment somewhere. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do, Ryan. There it is right there. It's just chilling right there. There she be. They had a brace on sale at Optics Planet. So it's a SB, a sliding one, a collapsible. I need to pick one up. It was instead of $380 something, it was on sale for $260 something. Ooh, firearms. Yep. How's it going, Civil Chaos? Thanks for coming in the chat. How's it going for you today? For close combat? Honestly, close combat, if you're having to get to touching their skin, you would have to, a revolver is the best because you can put it directly up against a person, allegedly. What's your expensive gun? My most expensive, if I had to buy it, would be that, if I had to buy it new, would be this, what do you call this? Ruger Precision .338 Lapua with the scope. I got it cheaper than original price because I got a deal from a pawn shop. I'm looking into newer guns like ARs, AKs, and stuff, or just with the older stuff. I have one AK and one AR. I'm not sure if I'll get anything else other than those two, honestly. Yeah, I heard about that, Matteo. Alberto, bienvenidos. Thanks for coming. Yeah, I just heard about that about 20 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago on live, on one of the lives. A guy mentioned it. Ryan, I honestly prefer the old, what do you call it? The old classics. Do you have a Carcano? I do not. Thanks for coming by, Swamp Dan. Appreciate it. I don't think I've seen you in here. Maybe you have been. You just never commented. I do not. I looked them up a while ago through one of the military surplus places that sell them, but I never bought one. Might eventually. I know some of the ammo's a little bit hard to find because on some of them the chambers are a little bit bigger. They say that they're a 6.5, but they're actually like a 6.7 something, and most ammo's 6.5 exact or something. So sometimes they keyhole a little bit, I hear. Let's see. Just touching the screen. Let's see. Yo, dude, can you guess what guns they use to... No, I didn't. I have not looked that up yet. I'll look it up later. I'd rather not chat about that right now, if you don't mind. It was kind of a shock for me to hear, and I would like to do some looking around myself. Yes, I have one Mauser. So right here, this really long one in the center. Let me get my pen here. This one right here where my pen is, that's a Turkish Mauser from 1938, 1939. I got one for like $230. It's a great deal. What was it you got, Swamp Dan? Oh, Corcano. Nice. I like the old stuff too. Wild West, we don't have the money for that. Yeah, sometimes they're kind of hard to get price-wise. Now, I have gotten a few that have fallen through the cracks. I run newer stuff, but want some repeaters, revolvers. Yeah. Hey, Manuel Torres. Thanks for coming by to the chat. Appreciate it. Desert Armory and more here. We do shorts of shooting. We do lives every night, 6 p.m. Arizona time. We do shorts of hunting. We're going to, hopefully. I tried last Saturday, but didn't get any dove. We did shorts of hiking instead. We do shorts of exploring, sorts of some of my handyman stuff I do. All sorts of stuff. So you like that stuff? Thank you. Yeah, I know, right? I do not have an M Garand. I would love to get one. The other day there was one at a swap meet for $1,200. It was like a 1947, 48. If I had the $1,200, I would have bought it. What's up, ETC? How's it going, brother? Not much. The question today, everyday carry, which I don't think you have a lot of older guns, is what is your oldest gun? So, someone asked if I could put my 3 oldest guns. So this is my oldest. It's from 1820 to 1860. This would be 1869 to 1871. And this one they made in 1860s to 70s. Hey! Berserkers, thanks for coming by. How's it going? How was work today? I know I was watching you this morning. And these are 1880s. These are 1890s. And then this one here's an 1895. I got a 15-year-old Glock. That's your oldest? Yeah, you're more of a modern guy. I'm more of a classic. No problem there. If you had to get rid of 3 of your guns, what would they be? One would be this this 338 Savage right there, because I need to get rid of it already, so I rarely ever use it. I'm trying to think what else I would get rid of. Maybe my 500 Smith & Wesson. Well, it's not a Smith & Wesson. If it was a Smith & Wesson, I probably wouldn't sell it. It's a Magnum Research. And then possibly my 10mm Glock. Honestly, I don't like Glocks. They're too chunky. I'd rather get a different brand for my 10mm. Have you ever got a gun that you just hate? Hey, Zeus. Thanks for coming by. Not really. I mean, there's some you like more than others, but I don't think there's one I actually hated. Tired, bro. LOL. It's 9 p.m. here. Those are nice. Some nice guns. Oh, thank you. But yeah, my Kentucky there, the Kentucky percussion rifle is the oldest. That's from the 1820s to 1860s. So it's a little older than I thought because I thought it was 1870s. Yes, definitely love the modern pew pews. Yep, yep. Hey, Green Smoke, welcome. Smoke. You're having the fire alarms going off, brother. Smoke alarms. Having a crazy day, man. Been bleeping livid. Oh, I know. I heard about that. I don't want to really talk about it much here because I don't know any details and I would like to learn of it myself. So I just found out like a half an hour ago or a little more. I was on another live. UU Yokes or something like that it's called. The other one of the other gun tubers. Oh, I know, brother. We can just keep praying for him. Yeah, I want to look up those details myself. I mean, I was a shock, so it's a little bit like, what? 1700s. You got one from 1700s. Nice. William Oakes, welcome to the chat. How are you doing, by the way? I think you might have been in here the other day. You got one 1700. Would that be like a blunderbuss or a what's that other one that's similar to blunderbuss? Pepper box. A pepper box. No matter the side you're on. Yeah, it's just sad no matter what. Yeah, no joke. No matter if you're Democrat or Republican. Nice collection. Thank you, Just Maul. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate it. TK, I didn't get to see that message. Sorry, you redacted it before I get to it. Do you serve in the military? I did not. My dad did, and my great-grandpa, a lot of uncles did. If you like double-barrel shotguns, I got a whole bunch of them. My favorite is this 10 gauge right here. That's a Beretta Silverhawk made in '60. That's my favorite shotgun. Got a sprinkler trapper. Nice, 1886. I've been needing to get one. What's it chambered in? 4570 or the 5070? I'd like to get both of them. Mail listed 1944 Winchester. Nice. That's not. It's a shooter. Sweet. 4570. Okay. I would like to get a 4570 trapdoor, a 5070 trapdoor, and a 4570 lever. Those are kind of like the three I'd like to get. And then handgun wise, not sure. I might want to get the the Meta 9 Prime comped. Hey Corey, welcome. No idea if it works. Don't want to risk it. You would want to shoot here. I would show you what you want to shoot here. I actually have a box of them that I got for fairly cheap. So these are black powder loaded 4570s. So you'd want to shoot something like this because they're made for those. And then you could always reload them with Pyrodex or black powder. I got that for a fairly good price compared to what they would be. Do you have any recommendations for budget mil-serp rifles? Honestly, the cheaper ones right now would be the Corcanos. I shop around at swap meets and pawn shops. I was able to get my Mauser for like 400 cheeseburgers because I did a deal with this. I bought that and the Mauser for 400. It's from 38 or 39. The Mosin Nagant I got for 420 buckaroos. The SKS I got for 4. And then my Lee Enfield, that's right here. I got that for 175. Sure, it's sporterized. 175 at Sportsman's Warehouse in the used department. That was a steal. Oldest I got is a 75 cal cap and ball made by British Eastern Indian Trading Company. Dude, welcome to the chat, by the way, Z Nation. That's worth some money. Z Nation, that's worth some money right there. Thanks for sharing. So do you know roughly what year it is? Probably like 1700s? From the East Indian Trading Company. That's cool. That's like from Captain Jack Sparrow days. EDC, I'm cooking hot dogs for America. You bring some for the rest of the chat? Gotta go to sleep, dude. Have a great live, dude. Okay, thanks. Berserkers. If you usually come on at what, 8:20 Arizona time, so I'll probably see you then. Those are finger size. Which are? The pistols? Not a bad idea, but I want to have it looked over by a gunsmith first. Yes, that would be true. Just see if there's any hairline cracks in the chamber area. There's a guy that I know that has the 5070s of the trap door. He's going to help me look this one over as well as help me make ammo for it because they're obsolete. Can we see the SKS? Sure. Let me take out the stand. Guys, if you're new to the chat, Desert Armory and More here. Thanks so much for coming by. So my SK is this one behind the strap here. The stock is a different number than the base. I think the stock is from... When's the stock from? I think the gun itself's from 50-something, but the stock is 10 years older. So it's from 40-something, the stock. But the rest are matching numbers. Let's see. Backwoods Kill It. Welcome to the chat. How are you doing, buddy? Nice. I just cooked some lemon pepper. Oh, dude, that sounds good. Yeah, they got some revolvers here. These are old ones. This one's non-functional. I don't know if I'm going to put the time into it or not. But these from here to here are 1890s. From here to here, 1880s. This lever action 32 Winchester centerfire is 1895. This is from 1869 to 71. It's a little Derringer by E. Allen and Company. My Kentucky rifle right here is from 1820s to 1860s is when they made the percussion ones. And this is a Enfield made in Nepal 5.77 Schneider. If you can find ammo like the Remington 45-70 semi-jacket hollow point trapdoor, yes, that would work because they make some that are specifically for trapdoor. Black powder, which that's exactly what these are. They're from Buffalo Cartridge Company. They would be about $100 and something bucks for this, but I got them for like half that. I just bought it because I knew one day I'd get it. Hey, Alex JR, welcome to the chat. Not sure on the year of rifle. I have an 1884 French service revolver and 11 mil. Nice. That's the oldest firearm with an actual year line. What's up, late prepper? It's going good so far. Jarrell York, welcome to the chat. I don't think I've seen you here. Thank you for stopping by. I got a 1942 Mosin Nagant for 150 with 300 rounds. Dude, that was a steal. Mine Mosin Nagant was like 420. It was it's all matching numbers, original finished, and it had a sling too, but the sling's from 53, the gun's from 43. It's right there. It's really nice though. I gotta say, Desert, I met oh, you met me in FEL's live. I'm doing great. I had a painting job today. That's why my hands are all painted up. Yesterday and today. Yesterday I did all the walls. There's 2 rooms. I did all the cutting and trim today. Thanks for the subscription, guys. Grips. Which grips? Which grips, AJ? Or not AJ, Backwoods. Good to see you. How are you? Doing great, brother. Lee Enfield. Nice. My Lee Enfield is right here. It's a number 4 Mark 1, number 1. It's 303 British. It's a 43. Got that for 150. Need more lever action rifles for my collection. Yep. I love them. What means actually smokeless? Just loaded at 14. Yeah. It could be. Mine actually... Oh, you're saying mine. I'm not sure. I was told those were actually black powder. YouTube thing? Swamp. Excuse me. I started doing lives about a month ago, and I've been doing shorts for about a month and a half, 2 months. Oh, I'm sorry. That's my finger probably when I'm holding the phone, unfortunately. Sorry, Carol. Thanks for letting me know. Ebony's. I don't think I have any ebony's. This one right here is rosewood. And then this one might be as well. I think so. That skull's carved? No, those aren't skulls. That's an owl head. It's an Ivor Johnson. They have a lot of owl heads on theirs. Somebody made these ones. This one says H&A, Hopkins and Allen. These 2 is just the design they have for the same models. Okay, how expensive is this hobby? It gets expensive. Where I would like to add on Facebook, it'd be nice to have you as a friend. I'm on there as Jerome Grunwald. Where's John Wayne? Where? Sorry, I'm behind on the chat, trying to pick up here. I also got a check Mauser with a special symbol still on it. Nice, kind of like the MIMs on the Arisakas, right? You'd love to have them. But when I got it, it was cut. Oh, dude, Mother Mauser FB Fatum. Haven't even heard of that one. Can I put a scope on my 1937 Enfield? Okay, so mine, they put one on, but they put this special bracket on it. Out of, I think it has a brand on it. Let me see if I can see a brand on it. Okay, coming down. Let's see if there's a brand on the bracket here. Number one, Japan. Somebody made a bracket for it, and it already went into the holes that the gun had. The scope was already on it when I got it. So yeah, it can be done. Sorry, Mr. Few, did you see Charlie Kirk? Yes, I did hear about that, Cohen. I need to do some research on it before I talk much about it, because I just heard about it about an hour ago or less. Oh, my bad. Very gorgeous grips. And the John Wayne was the wall of lever. Oh, yeah. So this is 44 mag. This one's 25-35. This one's 25-20. This is a single shot, like a break open, kind of like how a shotgun breaks. 25 Stevens. And this is a 32 rolling block Remington number 4, 32 rimfire. And this thing's a rimfire too, 32. Just link my accounts on my account on YouTube. If you're able, if you do have time. Yeah, I know. If that Lee Enfield could talk, he'd be like, ow, you cut me down. Where's my wood? Sorry, that came out wrong. You're actually drooling. Okay, yeah, I love my lever actions. My favorite lever action actually is this one on the table. It's in 32-20 Winchester, and it's hexagon barrel. It's got the little peep sight here. I do have the dovetail one too for the step. It's in made in 1895. Excuse me. Let's see. Holy bloody hell! Where's me stock at given no? I don't even know what you're saying, brother. You got some pretty nice old guns. Yes, I have a lot of old guns. I like the classics. Thanks for that description, whoever gave it to me. I don't have a lot of military. I guess I got 4 of them there. This would have been military for the, over in Hungary in the 60s, I think, 60s to 80s. They had this. It's the Makarov. That one there was made during the Civil War. I know that. It was made in 69 to 71 of 1800s. That one was from 1820 to 1870s, or sorry, 1860s, the Kentucky rifle. And then the 5.77 Schneider right here was made in 1860s. Now, do you shoot most of them, or all of them, or not really? Of what's on the table, I have shot this one, not this one, because this one's broken. That one I don't have ammo for, but it would work. I've shot this one. Haven't shot that one yet. I've shot this one. I haven't shot this because I wouldn't. It's messed up the timing. I have shot this, and this one isn't functional currently. That one I'm working on, and this one I'm getting ammo. I'm making ammo for it. Have shot that. I've shot all these. Shot that one in the corner. The lever action 10 gauge, the firing pin's broken. I didn't even know that, so that's a problem. I've shot all those except the top one because the rim fire. Here's a project on the floor, a shotgun right here, and 2 22s we're working on. Got 2 other shotguns back there we're working on. Of course, I've shot these. We got a 36-inch shotgun here. It's a 12 gauge. Shot those, not the 2 in the center. Those are, I tried to. The firing pins need some help on them. Haven't shot this because I'm working on that one, but I've shot this one, that one, and this one, but not this one yet. Let's see here. Coming down. He was shot at an event at Utah University, and that can die in 3 hours later. Yeah, that's a little of the that I've heard, but that's all. Yeah, a little tiny one. That little tiny one will be functional sometime. The spring for the hammer was broke. The Makarov looks like the Bursa Thunder 380 or PPK. Yeah, a lot of people say it looks like a PPK, a James Bond. Yep, it does. It would technically be pretty similar in size of ammo because it's 9x18. A 380 is a 9x17, and a 9mm is a 9x19. You've definitely got more guns than I do. Thanks for sure. That's for sure. Okay, yeah. I don't have any slam fire shotguns, no. Those behind me are double barrels. Melon, what's up? You'll lend me one. Nah. What type of lever guns do you have? So I have Winchesters. So that one's a Winchester. Model 92, that one, made in 1895. This one's a Winchester 44 mag. That one over there was a 3220. That's made in the 70s. This one's made in early 1900s. This is a 2535. Model 94. That's a Model 94 as well, 94 AE. 92 model here, made in early 1900s. And then I have a lever action in one of these socks here. That's a Model 99 Savage in 300 Savage. And then I have a 3030 right here. It's a Rossi. And then I have a lever action 10 gauge back in this corner, made in 1901. Let's see here. Do my funny voice. Which one would you like to hear? Do you need help with your Google listing? I can help you. See you next time. Thank you. Come again. I have one Glock Melons. It's a 10 millimeter, a 20. Is that one good? Oh, for the rest? Yeah. What does a lever action 10 gauge look like? Let me put you up to it. It's a Winchester, made in 1901. It's right there. So it looks like the 1887, but it's the newer version and it's a 10 gauge. The firing pin though is broke, which they didn't even know that, so I need to tell them about it when I bought it. Let's see here. I have a couple 10 gauges. I've got that one, this 10 gauge here, and then my double barrel Beretta Silverhawk made in the 60s, 1960, right there. That's my favorite shotgun I have, and it costs the most too. Hey, thanks for the subscription, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Thank you. Come again. Hey, guys, I got 112 12 of you in here. Could you double tap that screen if you like this stuff? Appreciate you coming by. Excuse me. Air's been a little thick over here. Model 9433. Nice. And a 32. So, like this one, this is a 3220 lever action. That's old, though. That's made in 1895. So, guys, this is Desert Armory and More. Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate it. We do lives evening, unless I say something in a short. At 6 p.m. Arizona time, we do shorts of shooting, shorts of hiking, exploring. I had some mines the other day. One had a surprise in it, a rattlesnake. Let's see. We do shorts of me hiking around too, exploring in that respect as well, in mountains. I do shorts of some of my handyman stuff. Yes, 32 Winchester. Nice. Let's see here. What rifle would you use for home defense? A repeater lever action or like a break or bolt? Home defense? I use this over here. I usually have that in the corner of my door in my room back behind the door. It's a like a tactical AK looking 12 gauge from Atlantic Firearms. It's a DDI 12. Yep, Perky, welcome to the chat. Yeah, that's pretty sad. Alan Hunt, welcome to the chat as well. I do not have one. Hopefully we can get one. It'd be really nice to get one. 4570 would be really nice. I would like to get a trap door, if I could, as well as a lever action. This one right here is a 577 Schneider made in the 1860s. I love the older lever guns, but I really want that one lever gun the Jurassic Park Owen uses. Isn't that a that's a 4570, I believe. It's a trapper, I believe, a trapper. What gun do you keep by your bedside? It varies. Sometimes I have a my 365, one of my EDCs, or my 2.0 bodyguard. I have put my 5.7 Rock before. Do you have a 270? I do. I just put it away. It was up there earlier today. My 270 is a Remington 700 wood stock from the late 60s, early 70s. It would be in my safe. I'm going to use that one for whitetail this year, as well as the 3030 right there. We're going to use both of them. Yep, that is the one. Yep. Hey, what's up? Floggy Rooster, how's it going? You've got a 1930 double barrel. Nice. I love my double barrels, as you can tell. I got a whole bunch there. Got one there. Two in the corner working over there. And another one on the ground here we're working on. Thanks for coming by. Yes. Winchester. So I do. Yes, the 2.0 bodyguard is a 380. Is that a Sharp? It is not. It's a it's made by Enfield, and it is a Nepal version made in 1860s. Is it possible you can open up your save? The thing is, all my guns most of them are in socks, so unfortunately you wouldn't be able to see those. Yeah, most of my rifles in there are in socks, but I could at least show you that I have a few guns in the door there, and then what's inside here. But right now it's pretty empty, even though I have like three shotguns in there and a couple rifles. Most of those are 22s. There is a shotgun 10 gauge in there. It's a single shot. Let's see here. MP5. I got one over here, right there. It's a clone, but it's got HK parts in it. COD World War II. Welcome to chat. How you doing? Double tap that screen, like and subscribe. We appreciate it, guys. Looking for 1870 Sharps. That would be nice. A Sharps one's nice. You can get the Lee Enfields as well. Yes, this one here. Jeff Kendall, welcome to the chat. So this is one that is non-functional right now. It's got the set trigger in the back and then the fire in the front for a hair trigger. It's a Percussion Kentucky. Made in, they made them from 1820s to 1860s. So it's somewhere in there. It's got an animal jumping here. The other side has a deer, not a deer, like a duck landing. Kind of like that mallard right there. And then the opposite side of this has a coyote or a wolf. And then that's where you put your patches. Let's see here. Got the DB for like 200 and it's the shop. I think I used how the Winchester. You used to have a Winchester 1886 3030? Nice. Is that your only safe that you have? Yes. Which I can't fit all my guns in here. That's why I have the racks for the lever actions and the double barrels. I would need another safe about the same size to put that all in. That one's already a really big safe. I think it's a 42 gun. Hey, what's up? The cat dude. I'm a dog dude, sorry. Hey man, if you want to give any life advice, what would you be? Follow Christ. Make a decision to follow the Lord. His whole house is the safe. Yep. Safe storage laws are lame. Here, we don't have safe storage laws. California, they did. You either had to have your guns locked up or in a safe that was approved by California. I'm from Arizona, but I lived there for 12 years in Cali. Now, you can have some guns unlocked if you don't have children around. If you have minors around, every gun has to be locked if they're in their house. Either a lanyard lock, a trigger lock, or a safe. Any grams? Unfortunately not. Love to get one. You have a Mr. Jake Simple. Welcome to the chat. A Fusil Gras MLE 1874. Sounds neat. Never heard of it. So I'm looking to get my first pistol soon for self-defense. Do you think that I should go with the M&P Bodyguard 2.0 or the Shield Plus? It depends Shield Plus Comp, that's a 9mm. The 380s, the ammo's actually the same price or more expensive. At least for self-defense rounds, about the same. Full Metal Jackets, I think they're a little more if you're doing target training. It depends what you want. You would think the 2.0 would be like small, but I have decent sized hands. Sorry, there's paint on. I've been doing painting. And it fits my hands, no problem. So, you could. Shield Plus is a very good one to get to. I don't have one. You're welcome, Jeff. A Deere G3C or Smith & Wesson Shield 9mm is cheaper to practice with and hardly any more recoil than 380. But half as expensive for the ammo. Yeah, G3C would be cheaper. Yeah, I know it's crazy why 380 is so expensive when you can get 9mm on sale for day after Thanksgiving. Yet last year I got Norma 1,000 rounds for 20 cents a round. So $10 a box. 50 rounds, yeah. True. Pistols are 21 years for most states. Yeah. Some states aren't, though. I think here in Arizona is either 21 or 18. I was looking at the Child Plus. You mean Shield Plus? Because I can get it at 9. Nice. Alan Hunt, welcome. Tried the bogus laws in Canada. Yeah, I know. Sorry, brother. My first gun was the G2C. Nice. CMP may ship a gun to your door depending on your state. Yes, Arizona, you can get them shipped to your door. But you need a Q&R, and I do not have. Unless you go through the steps that CMP have, then maybe you can. West Virginia, you can be gifted a pistol at 18 open carry. Yes, you can. Florida, I'm Ohio now, but we have constitutional carry. Same with Arizona, constitutional carry as well. I can buy one, but don't think that I can conceal carry it. Okay. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind. It's a French rifle in Operation 1874, 1888. I have it, but it needs to be firing pin. Nice! Justin Castro made it so I can't own one. Oh, buggers. Child Plus. Yeah, we knew what he meant. Shield Plus. It was Child Plus. Tennessee is constitutional carry, and we got good ammo prices. Nice. Arizona has good sales on ammo. You can get Blazer Brass 9mm for $11.99 a lot of times at my local cow ranch. Thanks for the subscription, whoever just gave that. The G3C is like $250 with an optic cut. There you go. That way you already had the option. Grab a gun. It's a decent pistol. Okay, so grab a gun. That would be like on the interwebs, right? My local pawn and shop has a G2 and a G3, but there's a def between ones. The shield is around the same price. I would, if they're the same price, get the shield. I usually get mine from GB. A lot of my stuff. That's actually all what I've gotten my pew-pews from on the interwebs. Other than pawn shops and gun stores. Si, senor. Yep. I don't really exactly say all the time. Like with a Shield Plus, where it comes with a 10 round, a 13 and 15, so I can make it either concealed, carry, or full. Nice. Do you find a certain brand of ammo for the lever action run smooth than others? This one I have to be picky with because you can't find that many brands of it. It's 3220, so it's hard to find ammo for it no matter what. So I've been loading my own. The lever action 44 mag I have, doesn't matter what it shoots. Shorts are fine too. The 3220, sorry, the 2535, there's only like 2 companies that make that, and Hornady Revolution's one of them, Leverlution. 3030, it's just I shoot whatever. The 2520, I load my own. They're hard to find ammo for. Got my Henry's, Lair. Okay, from GB, gotcha. So Allen Hunt, it doesn't really matter, I guess. Mine seem to work okay no matter what. Try to order 1K rounds at a time is a good deal. The more you, yes, but if I got Normas the other day 115s, and I should have got 124s instead, because I have 2 guns that do not like 115s. They like heavier. So I should have just got a whole box. It was before I bought the guns, though, so I didn't know. Hey, welcome, Alan. Jarrell, welcome again. What do you got here? I just got the Walther 220 and the Walther 3030. Walter 270, okay. And I think that was some typo error. I was not 100% sure what you're saying. Deer, more capacity is good. You can put 17 round mag in the GC, and they make sleeves that extend the grip, but the shot barrel is less flat shooting than a full size. Right. Thanks for those 2 subscriptions, whoever just gave them. Jake Simple says the standard Fusel Grand MLE 1874 rifle has a barrel length approximately 31.3. Wow, that's long. My shotgun is a 36-inch, one of mine. 1154R, 59. Yeah, that's hard ammo to find. Nice. Deer, I got a S&W 460. Me too. I have one as well. It's in that blue box up there. It's a 460. Mine's the 8 1/4 or something. What I like about it is it shoots 3 rounds. It shoots the 45 Colt, it shoots the 454 Casull, and it shoots the 460. Still pretty accurate though. Okay, gotcha, thanks. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Hey, Phil, what's up? Don't have any old firearms. Maybe in the future I'd like to have a Walther P38 from World War II. Nice. I would like to get a broom handle one day, as well as a Luger. All more expensive though. Yeah, I found 5 rounds for 56 on eBay. Yeah. Surprised they allowed those, because they're old. Oh, hell yeah, Phil, this old Magatron. Are you planning on buying any more guns anytime soon? Possibly. I looked a little bit on Gunbroker to see what antique guns are right now because that's normally a lot of times what I get because I can get it shipped to my house. Um, I think probably what I might get next pistol wise would be a Canic, that Prime 9 comp that they came out with. I still want that P38 Magatron figure, but they're so expensive. Do you carry the 460? I don't have a holster for it. If I was in major grizzly bear territory, I probably would. Arizona, we don't have that. And there goes YouTube. Dropped our views at 42 minutes. It's 45 now, but we had 100 and some people in here, and it dropped to 80, 60, and now 20. That's YouTube. Once you hit about 40 something minutes with 2A stuff, they throttle you back. It's sad. Shoot, that's what I got. The 8-inch, and she can shoot 45 ACP if you have moon clips. I don't have any moon clips. Where'd you get them? You mind me asking? Now, I have a 45 Cimarron Colt, and I have the interchangeable cylinders. I ordered it and then made it fit, and I can shoot 45 ACPs out of that. My next gun is going to be an AR-15, though it's going to be a custom build up from the lower receiver. Nice. Thanks for the subscription. Whoever just gave that. So yeah, where'd you get the moon clips for the 5-shot, if I may ask? Floppy Rooster. Floppy Rooster, would you like some tea? I don't have any tea. I have some water. Would you like some water? Yeah, where'd you get them? I also got one of the Slamfire 22 varmint rifles. Nice! 22 mag or LR? You're a Brit. You're British, practically. Are you, though? You're from Britain. I'm from Australia. From Down Under. From Down Under, are you, mate? Yeah, how's it going? 22 mag Slamfire. Neat. Hey, EJ, welcome to the chat. I'm just about to get my PAL. Any first guns I should buy? I was thinking of old 410. So I have an old 410. That's a, where's that little booger at? Must be in the safe. I think so. Oh, it's in my car because I was hunting the other day. Mine's an Ivor Johnson from like 1920, something like that. It was a pawn shop special for like 180, 160, something like that. Really good shape. It's just missing the iron, the little brass sight. Yeah, they're great for rodents, no joke. Oh, the 22 mag, yeah. What guns do you look for whenever you go on GB? Do you look for anything specific? I'm just lightly dabbling to see how much FALs are, the DA brand. There was one the other day that had, it was an Israeli FAL that was originally something else, and they put Israeli parts on it to make it look more original. And it sold for a decent price, I thought. And then, yeah, I look in the antique section because if it's older than $18.99, I can have it shipped to my house. Yeah, it works really good. The 410 I have. I don't have moon clips either, but I know it does state that you can. T goes in the harbor. T goes in the harbor, mate. That's where it goes, in the harbor. What is your oldest revolver? Liking Western guns runs in my family. My oldest revolver would be probably one of those on the table. It'd be one of these on this side. These are 1880s. That would be my older ones I have of revolvers. My oldest, I have two Colts that are pretty old. They're early 1900s. So, guys, Desert Armory more here. I do make requests. Like, say if you ask me, do you have this gun? I'll be like, yes, I do. And then you can request to have it on the table tomorrow's live. Like, say, 6 p.m. Arizona time is when I usually start. And so if you want to see it up close on the table, like, say you asked, do you have a 1911? And I would say yes, because I have one. And so I'd put it on the table for tomorrow's live. I usually write your name down and what you want to see on a paper here. Wow, YouTube really dropped our views. I hate they do that with 2A stuff. It's just not nice. I have one. It's on the table right there. It's one of my oldest ones. That is my oldest one. It's from 1820s to 1860s. That one right there. I don't know what brand it is. My rarest gun, that's my rarest, believe it or not. That thing sells to $500 to $1,000. That little booger right there. That's my highest, my most expensive little gun, collector gun. Let's see here. My rarest gun must be that Tupper revolver shotgun. That you got one of those, dude? But the shells are gone. Okay, I'm planning on forging a few. Nice. I think my next one I'm gonna try and get a HK. Yeah, those are expensive though, dude. HKs. I do not have a 4570 of any, a trapdoor over the lever. I would like to get both of those. Yeah, autocorrect sucks. It does not put what you want. It autocorrects it to something else. Hey guys, someone just subscribed a little bit ago. Thank you. Appreciate that right there. Got one more. Yeah, I make requests. So if you want to see something, and if I have it, I'll go ahead and put it on the table for the following live. Let me lower this a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Hey, Mr. Paul Wick, how's it going? My brother! How was your day today? How's it crack-a-lackin'? Double tap that screen, folks. You know all about that. Excuse me. Mr. Floppy Rooster says, have you seen the Halo modified Remington 12 gauge? There's a video by Forgotten Weapons. I have not. I don't think. I've seen a lot of his videos, but I don't think I've seen that one. I just screenshot that. We'll see. I do not have any slam fire. Nope. Unfortunately. No slam fire guns. 22 shotgun or otherwise. Crazy day, just trying to keep a clear head, brother. Yep. Yeah, I hear you there. Some days are that way. Yes, sir. Crazy day. So, Paul, the subject today is, what's your oldest gun? Someone requested to put my 3 oldest, and then I could put whatever I wanted on the table after that. So those are just all antiques. Every single one of those can be shipped to your house here in Arizona. No problem. Right in the mailbox. But yeah, that's the subject. I think you have more modern stuff, right? EDC was in here, and he's like, my oldest one is a Glock that's 15 years old. I'm like, okay, well, that's not even old. That's nothing. I have a 22 that's older than that I bought when I was 18. 17 years ago I bought it. Just touching the screen, YouTube. That's all. Digging the setup. I think my H&R shotgun or my J.C. Higgins Model 88. Okay. That would make sense, because those would be like 40s and 50s. At least the Higgins, J.C. Higgins would be from there. Don't know about H&R shotguns. Probably about there too. Model 88. So that might be what the Maverick 88 is patterned after, possibly. Because like my Sears and Roebuck 1200 is exactly the same as the Remington 1200. Same exact gun. Because they were made by the same company. Let's see here. Alex says, I just think it's nice that you could just open carry when you live at. Fortunately, I can't do that over here in Philly. But what guys are you even allowed to open carry? Anything. We can carry whatever. Oh, you're saying the rest of them. If you're familiar with the Halo game, I do not. I don't know anything about the Halo games. I don't play games, video games. It's a top-loading shotgun. It's really awesome. A revolver? You have a revolver, Paul? By the way, love the octagon barrel. Yes, yeah. So that has an octagon barrel, and so does the Kentucky. Carmen, how's it going? Thank you. So the subject of the day was, it's a Model 8 revolver. Okay. I'm screenshotting that. I'm going to look that up. Subject of the day, Carmen, is what's your oldest gun? Someone asked what my oldest 3 guns were. I don't remember who that was. And so I have my 3 oldest and then a couple other older ones on there. Can you open carry an AR? I don't think you can actively open carry one in front of you and walk down the street. You could definitely have it in your vehicle. No problem. Have it in the window, whatever. Okay. I'm back. My lady went to work. That's how Zeus sounds. I'm back. My oldest was a Civil War musket. Nice. So this one technically could have been used in Civil War. I kind of doubt it, just because it has hunting characteristics on it. it has like a running dog there. The opposite side has like a landing duck, and the opposite side of this one has a what do you call it? Like a wolf on it or a coyote. I just noticed it has a Star of David on there. That's cool. You can carry a pistol. Yeah, you possibly could if it was small enough. You could put it across your chest. I mean, you would definitely get some weird looks, but it's totally legal. I bet you I'll be back. I'll be batch it. I got a Riam RG23 I'm working on, but I need a part. I believe it's 40s. Okay. Did you find the parts place that Eastern Washington was talking about? One of them's Numich, and Apex, I think one's called, and the other one's called. There was two others he mentioned before. I need to look again for mine for a firing pin for one of my thing. One ASBR, AR, and 300 black. I don't know. I don't have one. I don't have any 300. Yeah, that could be too. Gun. I bought a couple things from them for an old 22, but unfortunately didn't fit. So even though they said it was for my model, so thankfully they let me return it because it was a inaccurate description. I know they say something about parts that sometimes they're off in their descriptions, and it depends on what year you have, and this, that, and the other. But thankfully, they allowed it to be shipped back. Needs that I need the post that goes in the grip under the hammer, so that holds the spring. It's probably more than 5.56, but gotta have good stuff. 5.56 ammo versus 300 blackout. I think it's a little bit more, yeah, because the bullet would be. They're a little bit smaller than a 7.62 by 39. Yes, that. Okay, I wondered. Yeah, because a lot of times in the handle they'll have a spring about yay long with a bar through the end of it for the hammer to go, which a lot of mine would be a spring steel. And that's actually what I need to get for this little brass gun. I need to get a spring steel piece and then bend it because it was broke. That's pretty much the only problem with that, other than it's in part somewhat. I loosely assembled it right now just for the video. I had a Marlin 335 and 35 Remington. Nice. Yeah, 35 Remington I hear used to be pretty good, but it just kind of fizzled out, kind of like the 25-06. The head snapped off, and I don't trust it to have it fixed or welded. I don't know about that. If it's a weldable piece of steel, yeah, but it should be able to be welded, no problem. But if it's like a spring steel, that can't. 5.56 is like 22 sized, but longer, same diameter though. I don't know how much thicker their blackout is than 5.6, but even 5.6 is like $1 round almost, so it's so expensive to me. Maybe where you're at, I can get it cheaper than that. I can get my 7.62 by 39 for cheaper than that, cheaper than $1 round. I can get it for 80 something cents a round. Maybe even cheaper. I forget. I looked it up. My local gun and pawn has different brands, and they have I think it was like closer to 80 cents or 78 cents around for this 7.62 by 39. And then 5.56 I can get a case load over there if I wanted for, I think it was 60 something cents around. It's like 40, 60 cents I think, but yeah, at the range is 20 for 20. Yeah, well that's the range they're going to get you. My range doesn't carry ammo. It's just they have targets and earplugs. I think safety goggles possibly too. It's not. It's just a shooting range. It doesn't have ammo stored next to it. They charge more for the ammo at ranges, but if I rent one, I'd have to use theirs. Really? You got to use their ammo. Okay, that would make sense because they don't know if you're putting reloads in or something, right? Yeah, it sucks. But they might have something you want to try out, as in like see if you want to buy it. I have 10% off on ammo with my membership. That's like barely enough. I know, that's barely anything. You're right. 10% barely covers taxes. It wouldn't even cover taxes in California, because California got your state tax or your city tax, which is like 8.5, plus your 11% tax on firearms or ammo. So you're paying almost 20% tax on either firearm or ammo, depending what you're doing. Plus background checks, and with a gun, you got your drawses too. Yeah, for real, I rented a Springfield 1911 in 45. Okay, I got one. I rented a Canic Rival with a steel frame. Oh, Rival S then. I wouldn't mind a Rival S. I like those. And the Smith & Wesson 357 lever. Nice. I didn't realize Smith & Wesson made a lever guns. Sweet. I like that. I think I heard my donkeys whining. Yeah, how come I don't remember Smith & Wesson lever actions? I know Rossi makes them, made by Taurus. And then Henry, obviously Winchester. Yeah, I don't know Smith & Wesson did. It's like 1400. Ooh, ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I have 2 donkeys. If you look at one of my shorts, I posted a little short like 2 months ago almost of the like a couple days after I got them. They're 2 Jennies. One's like 8 or 9. The other one's like maybe 16. Maybe it's her mom. The lady I got them from didn't know how old that one was. She's had him for a while before the little one was born, and her health went downhill. So I picked them up from her, both of them, for $500. Mostly just because I wanted a horse, but I couldn't get a horse. It's because they're so expensive, and so I thought, well, I can at least get these for now. Train him to ride the one like a horse, and then possibly sell them off later. I'll make money off them no matter what. Man, YouTube is messing with the people. There's only 9 people in the chat. Wow. When we're only an hour in. This is sad. Usually it doesn't drop down to 9 until like an hour and a half or more. Got a super old Rossi there, special revolver. Nice. I have seen a few of those. There was one at a what do you call it? Swap meet. A Rossi. There was another oddball one too that was made. Was it made in Germany? No, I think it was designed in Germany, but not actually made in Germany. Otherwise, it would have been something pretty cool. 38 special. Okay. I don't have anything that's specifically 38 special. My Ruger does shoot those, obviously, because of 357. So any 357 can shoot 38s. I believe lever actions as well. That's another one I wouldn't mind getting, a lever action 357 mag. Let me screenshot that. I want to look that up. The lever action is a model 1854 by Smith & Wesson. It has polymer furniture. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like polymer on a lever action. A lever action has to have wood. Bottom line. Sorry. I know they make these tactical ones, but no. Lever action has to have wood. Doesn't have a model number or anything, just labeled and made in Brazil. Yeah. Rossi's / Taurus are made in Brazil. It was amazing. They had a red dot on it. Yeah, it must have been the tactical style. Yeah, that's why I went with a mirror's leg and put a red dot on it, because renting that one was so fun. But I wanted something with walnut because I like walnut. Yeah, walnut or maple or some other type of wood. I'm a wood guy. As you see my guns, piles of them are wood because I'm a sucker for wood, as they say. On the for guns here. Touching the screen. Let's see. I could have got a lever gun from Rossi for $200 with polymer, but said, nah, I want wood. What cartridge was that one? Same 38 or 357? Excuse me. This other one's my CZ, yeah. But yeah, I'm not a polymer guy. I mean, I got polymer, like I have that polymer 308. If it was wood, I'd probably keep it, but I don't. Yeah, it's just not that great. Here, I'll be right back. I need to bring my dogs in. They're scraping the door. All right, I'm back. Sorry, guys. I had to bring the dogs in. They were scratching on the door to come in. I had a Marlin 336C and 35 Remington. I loved it. Very accurate and pretty. Yeah, that would be a wood. I've never seen a 35 Remington other than photos and pictures. A couple months back, Ron, what is his name? Spolman? That the really knowledgeable hunter, and you guys probably watch him. He had a Remington 35 that he was comparing, I believe, with a 30-30. It was pretty neat. My other older one would be a Jimenez Jimenez Arms. JA 380. What in the world is that? Yes, 1935. So, yes, wood. Yeah, it's got to be wood. Jimenez Arms. JA 380. Huh. Is it one of those Saturday fly-by-night guns? It sounds like it, the brand. Just like Lorson or Jennings or Braco. I think Jimenez is like a middle-of-the-road one of those, if it is. Jennings was on the higher end. Jennings and Braco. Lorson was the bottom one. The Turkey's Opinion just went live. He's a guy I follow. He does reviews on different guns and ammos. I haven't been on his channel in a little while. He just went live. I've never been on one of his lives. You got it right, mate. Yeah, that's what I thought. Ravens are pretty bad, too. They're about the middle of the road. They're about the same as the Jimenez Arms. Ravens and Jimenez Arms. And then Lorson's like the bottom of the barrel. Because along with that 22 zipper. Oh, my. That's not a Saturday fly-by-night, but I mean, it might as well be or worse. My, excuse me. And then, yeah, the Jennings, the and the Braco, which is the same company pretty much, are on the higher end of those. The 35 Remington had a thump. Yeah, I'm sure. The 30-30 had light recoil compared to 35. Okay. So, I have a 30-30 Rossi, but I also have this other one that's a 25-35. It's a pleasant thump. It's less than a 30-30, definitely, because my 30-30 hits about as much as a 12 gauge. Because it's carbine, which I guess most of them would be carbines. But I'd say my carbine 25-35, I'd say it kicks as much as a AR, maybe a little more. About as much as an AK then. Which is the, it'd be that second one from the bottom. It's a Model 94, early 1900s. I think it's a 1905, something like that. And it's got a saddle ring on the other side. It shoots, let's see if I got a box of those handy. I think it's still inside my ammo box because I was using it up the range 2 weeks ago. Never put it away. Let me see. Oh. Yeah. Those them? No, that's my 300 Savage. No, I didn't. I guess I didn't bring it. That was the other time. The time before that. That was 3 weeks ago then. Almost 4, if not 4. I'm not sure where that box is. I got one box of it. It's a Hornady Lever Revolution in the 25-35. Let's see. Not sure where it is. Anyways, it's a little bit smaller than the 30-30, the bullet, but it's rimmed like that. I'm not sure where that is. It's back here somewhere. It should be. I'm thinking it fell back behind because I got ammo that falls behind in this thing. There's a box of 270. What's the one on top of it? Another 270? Yep. ELD. And 300 Savage. Yeah, I don't see it. It's going to show you a round of it. I wouldn't mind getting a lever action 32 special as well. That's actually one I was more aggressively looking at. Let's see, I think I've got one of them right here. Yeah, here we go. Here's a shell. 32 Winchester special. I wouldn't mind getting one of those. It's a little bit bigger than the 30-30, but smaller than the 35. Now, this one I thought was interesting. I get a lot of my loose ammo like that from the swamp meet. Have any of you ever heard of the 32 Remington? 32 Remington? It looks like a pretty nice cartridge, almost like a 30-30, but not rimmed. Yeah, it's a UMC Remington 32. Never heard of it before, so I picked it up for my ammo collection. Looks like it's got a little dent in it right there. Right? Yeah, right there. But yeah, have you ever heard of a 32 Remington? It's a neat little round. It doesn't have a rim on it, though, like a 30-30 would. Let's see here. What's another oddball? I got a 41 over here. It's a 41 Colt. And that one's a 38 Super. I don't own a 38 Super, but here, no, that's the other one. Where's that one at? Here it is. Here's a really old cartridge. Vintage cartridge. Yeah, I figured it was. This one fella, I think it was his father-in-law, passed away, and so he goes through all his ammo, and there's a lot of loose stuff that he just stuck in a tote to sell. But here's a 41, so it's a 41 Colt. It's kind of all old, but it's an old cartridge. It's a WC Cartridge Company. 41 LDA. Well, yeah, it's a 41 Colt. I'll have to look up, see what guns shoot that 32 Remington sometime. It looked neat, and I was like, I've never seen one. Figured I would look it up. He also had a 30 carbine, so I went and picked that up too. Right here. It's made in 43, the cartridge. I believe it's a 30 carbine. What we got here? 38 Super had slide breakage after many rounds fired. I don't have a 38 Super. He just had some ammo there, so I figured it was a 38 Super inside that box. It says 32A. If it's a 32 Super, it's an old cartridge. Let's see, what does it say on it? RA Company, 38AC. WRA Company. I don't know when 38 Super came out. I mean, it almost seems like it'd be older. Did they make a 38 long? I'm not sure. As in like a 38 Special. No, that would be shorter than 38 Special. I guess this could be a 38 Smith & Wesson. Let me see. Because I have 38 Smith & Wesson ammo. I could check that out. It could be one of these. A 38 ACP? Possibly. No, it's not one of those, because these are rimmed. Because they're for a revolver. Huh. I've never heard of a 38 ACP, so it's got to be a vintage as well. Especially because of the brand. WRA Company. I'll have to look that one up too. Yeah, this one's a 38. This one's a 38 short, though, not a long. I got a couple pistols that shoot this, as well as 32 long. I need to find 32 short. It's kind of hard to find. Remington Wheel Gun makes them. They make a lot for vintage handguns, and so does MagTech. MagTech makes them as well. That's got to be what that is. I got to look that up. Let me write that down. You say 38 ACP. That's weird. 38 ACP. It's definitely bigger than a 380. Yeah, they made a short. Yep. That's what I have. That box I just showed you was 38 Smith & Wesson shorts. Let's see here. My fan is squeaking. Well, there's only 5 people in the chat. We might just have to end early, unfortunately. That's okay. Just one of those nights, it's not a good night. So, we've been on only an hour and 15 almost. Hey, we got a few subscriptions, not a lot. We got almost 10, I guess. Or would that be 20? We had 668. So yeah, we got 20. 21. We lost a couple. 2 of them last night. I think it was. Now there's 6. I just want to hang out and see if anybody else is going to come that might want to see stuff, but I forget who requested about the older guns. My oldest guns. I can't remember. I think it might have been Camden. But he doesn't come on until like right before 7:45 usually. 8 of you in the chat. Guys, if you're new to the chat, this is Desert Armory and More, and thanks for stopping by. Double tap that screen. If you like a lot of classic guns, I've got a lot of classic guns. Yeah, hey, authorized personnel. I just heard about that myself a couple hours ago. I want to look it up myself. I didn't hear about it all day until on another live someone mentioned it. Yeah, I do. I have a lot of classics, so if you like that type of stuff, double tap the screen. We'd appreciate it, and if you could subscribe, that would be great as well. Turn on notifications, and we're live usually 6 p.m. Arizona time every day. Yeah, I heard about that. I want to look at the details myself. Just hearing stuff here and there, off and on another live, and then my own. Some people have been saying stuff. Excuse me. What is that? Looks like a 9. Yep. Shot through the neck, jugular, sound like a gunshot. Yeah. Yeah, they said it was about 200 yards roughly. At least that's what someone said. That's quite a distance. My uncle was getting robbed on Social Security Day, and I gifted him an S&W top break revolver and 38 Smith & Wesson short. So, this one right there is a Smith & Wesson short. And then I have one in the cupboard. That's a Smith & Wesson short. And then this one's a 32 Smith & Wesson short. I don't have ammo for it. Well, actually, I do have about 4 rounds. They're ancient. I'm not going to shoot them in there. And then these 3 here would be 32 Smith & Wesson short. Although this one I have shot 32 ACP. It makes them a little hard to get out because it's a little too powerful for it. Let's see. They tried to rob him, and he fired a shot into the ground, and they never robbed him again. 38 Smith & Wesson, I'd say they kick like a 380, maybe a little less. They're more than a 32 ACP, but I'd say probably like a little less than a 380 or about a 380. They're about the same size, so. They also made 38 short Colts and 38 long Colt. I have both of those ammos. Because you can shoot those actually inside of a 357 Magnum. And I believe you can shoot them in a rimmed 9mm as well. A little less recoil. It could be than a 380. Just because it's old technology. It's made for old guns, so they don't kick much. They're very pleasant to shoot, I think. This one's double action. That one's double. The other one I have, the 38, it's just single, and you do it by pulling the trigger, and it gauges the hammer and then slams it. So it's not like a single action where you pull the hammer back and then pull the trigger. It's been this way for too long. Yeah, the original 38 Smith & Wesson was Blackberry. Yeah, it probably was. This one right here is an Ivor Johnson top break. I got that from a swap meet for $120, I think, or $100. I forget. It was cheap. You just want to get rid of it. An older guy that sells guns to me off and on, or I look at his stuff too. It's made in the 1890s. A loud poof, lots of smoke. Hey man, lots of smoke. What you smoking, man? What stuff are you on? Yeah, the black powder is pretty cool. It puffs like that. I've never shot any like that yet, but it looks neat. There we go. Then shut up. My fan's squealing like a little piggy. I don't remember if you guys were on when I was unboxing all my loading stuff I bought. I bought like $1,500 worth of loading equipment for like $210, $220, something like that. What was it? No, it was $280, I think. $280 worth of about $1,500 worth of loading dies and all sorts of stuff. I need to go through it and sort it because I already have some of it. So what I'll do is put it in a pile and do like a post and say, hey, anybody need this? And then they can, DM me or whatever. It's a sad state of reality we're in. I know. Yeah. Si, senor. It is. Si, senior. Mm-hmm. Very much, very much. What are you... What are you rabbiting on about authorized? What you mean, brother? I think he's talking about the shooting and how that whole thing a little bit. I think so. Briefly touching on it, I guess. With Mr. Kirk, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. I want to look up that myself. Yep. Charlie Kirk, the conservative debater that goes to colors, was. Yeah, I heard. Yeah. Yeah, he was a nice guy. I mean, sure, I might have not agreed with everything him and the other debater, Ben Shapiro, says, or even Benny, but they've got good stuff to say. Just like I don't agree with everything that our country's doing with Trump either, but most of it I do. So, hey, FAO man just went live. Can't cure in a college. No, you can't. So that's probably why they were 200 meters away, or whatever it was, 200 yards outside of the campus. Well, for U.S. law-abiding citizens with concealed carry license, that don't hurt anyone. I know, right? It hurts us, definitely. Yeah, at schools you can't, obviously, colleges, government buildings, most banks, I believe, too. What else? Hospitals, not sure. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, that's sad. 7 people in the chat. It went down to 5 for a little bit. Hey, Raging Bullet, how's it going? Hospitals, no go. Yeah, hospitals, that's what I figured. Welcome to the chat. Maybe you've been on, you've just been quiet. Mine don't frisk people here in AZ. Probably because they know they might be packing heat. They're like, not even going to touch you. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been in a hospital in a while, but I'm pretty sure the last hospital I was in would have been, it was kind of like a care hospital after my grandma had surgery. They didn't pat you down there. I mean, I didn't bring you then, but you live in a comic state. No duh. Yeah, that's just how it is. There are some hospitals in our area with metal detectors. Really? I'm glad we don't have that here in AZ. Where do you live again, Raging Bullet? I forget. And beyond. LA in New York City, they had the unarmed hospital police, and they have craziness. Do they have the batons instead then? Georgia. Okay. Couldn't remember. It's been a while since I've been to Georgia. Only been to the airport. That's the only thing I've been to there. Once through Delta Airlines back in 2019 when I was coming back from a mission trip in Honduras. I was there a year and 7 months. Flew back with Delta, one-way trip to Fresno, California. No batons, New York City Hospital. Really? What do they have then? Pepper spray? That's why I enlisted in the Air Force to get out of the state, waiting on some medical. Okay. Hey, Wade, what's up? You can if you want. I'd rather not, just because I want to look up my own stuff and come to my own conclusions right now. I just found out myself about 2 hours ago. Yeah, he always has an opinion, which is good. We all are entitled to that. It's our freedom. Which it's sad that it happened. It doesn't matter if he was a Democrat or Republican. If you're murdered, if you're offed, it's sad no matter what, no matter who you are. We have a lot of privileges here in the U.S., but that's not a privilege to off somebody. He had a wife and 2 daughters. I wondered if he had. I think I heard he did have some children. Never looked much into his life. I just listened to his debates here and there. I actually just listened to one yesterday or the day before that someone was asking him about It was a weird question. It was something about food. He was still human. Yep. Obviously. Yep. It's human. Yep. The person that pulled the trigger too was. Unfortunately, that happened. Guess all the different details will slowly come out, hopefully. And hopefully the truth actually comes out. Look at Mr. Minister of Parliament, Sir Tony Amaris, and a crazy tab at him to off and sucks. Okay. That is supposedly his last words were, "I do not condone gun violence." Really? Well, yeah, he's a 2A guy. I believe he usually would pack himself and carry, but... Hey! Sammy Rodney! Glad a couple of new people are coming in. We've been kind of slow the last 40 minutes, maybe 20, definitely last 25 has been slow. We had 100 and some people in here max, and then as soon as it hit that 40-minute mark, YouTube throttles it down to like 40 people, then 20, and then now it's only 8. Welcome, by the way. What's up? Today's subject is what's your oldest firearm? And so I have 3 of my oldest firearms here. So this one is worth between $500 and $1,000. That's from 1869 to 1871. Where's my little pointer? And then the Kentucky rifle here is from 1820s to 1860s. I don't know what caliber that is. This is a 22. Shorts and CBs, I believe. That's what I'll be using in it. And then this is my 5.77 Schneider made in the 1860s. And then I just threw a couple other old stuff. From here to here is 1890s. From here to here is 1880s. And then this one here is a 1895. Anyways, I find that hard to believe he was shot in the jugular. That would have to be a pretty good shot. A trained person. That means it wasn't somebody like who tried to do Trump. Yeah, I think most people wouldn't condone it, even if they are a 2A person. They'd probably condone it even less. Or, I mean, more so. I condone this. Yeah, same. I was thinking about getting a Kentucky rifle. Okay. I got mine from an antique store. I think it was $180, something like that. $200, something like that. How do you have a clean muzzle orders after each use? What's that? Yeah, it might be a lucky shot. How do you have a clean muzzle odors after each use? I don't know what you're asking, unfortunately. Maybe muzzle loaders after each use? I haven't shot the thing. It needs work. I bought it as is. The triggers are a little bit gummed up, and then it needs a really good wipe down with a type of cleaner to take off some of the cosmoline stuff. Something of the sort. Unless they didn't know that the bullet dropped at a distance greater than 100 yards. Possibly. Stop yelling at me! Hey, Pew Pew Yoko. Welcome. You're the one I was on your chat before I hopped on my live, where we briefly talked about Kirk. I was being a bit sarcastic and silly, but essentially correct. Yep. You have to clean a muzzle loader after each use. That's probably what you meant to do. I don't think after every use. Like probably after 15 shots maybe. It depends probably if you're running black powder or the equivalent. I think the equivalent's a little cleaner, which is these back here. That one's Pyrodex pistol. This one's Pyrodex rifle and shotgun. So I'm going to be using that orange can for that whenever I get it going. I need to clean it real good, get the triggers working better. Yeah, the autocorrect is dumb. You're trying to do muzzle loader and it put muscle odor. It just keeps putting that on. Bad thing about muzzle loaders is you can't unload it besides shooting it. True that, because you pack it down in there. I was shocked my muzzle loader still has the original stick right there for pushing in the stuff. And it's rifled really good still. And clean. Doesn't look all corroded in there. Muzzleloader, yes. And thou shalt clean thine muzzleloader after shooting. Hey, Camden, there you are. I was just talking about you earlier, saying you usually come on about 7:30, 8 o'clock. So I think it was you who asked to put my oldest guns, my 3 oldest, on the table. I believe it was you. I mean, besides taking the primer out. Yeah, obviously. You could do that. Or if it's a flintlock, you could just, if it's the older style, you just take the little powder out of the flintlock tray. Yes, it was me. So, my oldest would be the Kentucky. I did some research on it. There's no markings that I can see other than some engraving. I haven't messed with it as in trying to shoot it or anything. The triggers are a little gummed up. And then this is made in 1820s to 1860s, the percussions. This little gun right here is my oldest handgun. It's 1869 to 1871. That thing's worth between $500 and $1,000, believe it or not. And then my 5.77 Schneider, that's made in Nepal by Enfield. Or Springfield, is it? I forget. It's one or the other. That's made in the 60s, 1860s. And then we've got a couple other oddballs. We got from here to here is 1880s, and then from here to here is 1890s, and then the lever action's 1890s. Let's see. Well, there's a way to unload without shooting. I'm using an adapter and compressed air. So if you stick it through the percussion hole, yeah, that would work. On the back end where the triggers are, take the cap out. I've got a couple H&Rs and a Thompson Center. You have a Thompson Center, okay. What's it chambered in? I need to get some caps. The other day, someone had some of the caps at the not pawn shop, at a swap meet. I should have got some. Chambered in 50, okay. So that would be black powder, I take it. I mean, some Thompson Centers aren't, but I suppose it would be. I think it's Thompson Centers. Yep. Is it a rifle or pistol? Because I think they made it in a pistol format too. The one they make's a break barrel, and you have interchangeable barrels, but maybe that's not Thompson Center. I thought it was, though. And you could shoot like a single shot. They have all sorts of barrels you can switch back and forth with them. 17-inch, okay. Just so in the legal limit there. 16 is the least amount, right? Shotgun's 18. Unless you want to SBS it. Deer gun, okay. Yeah. So yeah, black powder. They have black powder hunting here, as well as archery and regular rifles then. And those are ones you can usually go in places that others you can't. And then you can get in sooner too for the season. It's deer gun. The minimum for rifle is 16.25. Oh, okay. I thought it was 16. My battery is 15%. I thought for sure we'd have enough because it was 50 something. I think my battery's just not starting to hold as well. Plug this booger in. Let's see, I gotta snake my cord over. Alrighty, guys, plug this thing in. If I can get it in there. You're better off with a slightly longer barrel in case they measure it wrong. That's true. My dad had this double barrel black powder rifle he used. Used my shoulders for a rest one time. It's why I have tendinitis. Yeah, maybe. Oh, my screen shut off again. Just grabbing the tablet, YouTube. Because it jolted your whole body. Well, was it bigger than a 12 gauge? Was it like one of those punt guns, an 8 or a 4? Because those you would need, like the punt guns they put on the bow of the ship, or sorry, the boat. Those were 2 gauge. And then some of those really big punt guns too, yeah, they put on someone's shoulders. I remember seeing some drawings in the encyclopedia of those huge 2 gauges they'd stick on the guys' shoulders. That'd be crazy. Okay, tendinitis, your ears suffered no hearing protection. It was a muzzleloader, either 45 or 50. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what caliber that one is on the table. When Eastern Washington looked at it up close the other day, he was thinking it was like something like a 45, maybe 42. I had plugs. Okay, that's good. My dad, his friend shot a 20 mil Lottie off the guy's shoulders and it rocked him back far. Kentucky Ballistics has 20 millimeters. He just shot one. Was that day before yesterday? I just watched it this morning, I think, or was it last night, where he was shooting dry ice with it. It's crazy. Dry ice with his guns to see what would go through. I think they're in 10-pound blocks. Yeah, that would kick. But yeah, I think he has 320 millimeters. He has a semi-auto. One's a bolt action. Maybe the other one is too. Guys, if you're new to the chat, thanks for coming to Desert Armory and More. We do shorts of shooting. We do live 6 p.m. Arizona time. We do requests. You can ask if I have a certain gun in the chat. If you want to see it the following live, I'll take it out and stick it on the live for the next day. And turn your notifications on if you subscribe. That would be great, so you know when I'm coming on again. Usually 6 p.m. Arizona time. Tennis is the correct spelling, or answer that dang dong phone. I know, right? He has a solo therm Lottie and another one that is bolt action. The two first ones are semi-auto. Okay. I knew the one was semi-auto. I knew the one was bolt because I just saw it day before yesterday, I think, or yesterday. Yeah, those are crazy. There's another channel that has one too. It's the one that has the sled on it, which Kentucky Ballistic has one. It has a sled and then the mag loads from the top. That one's a semi-automatic. The letter of the day is E. It's a Lottie. Would you like a Lottie? Not a latte, a Lottie. And not a lolly, as in a lollipop, or a lolly that's a semi-truck. They call them lollies over there. In Honduras, or in Spanish, they would call them a camion, something like that. A little pickup, flatbed thingies. I'm going to go feed my dog. Okay. Got 11 people in here, so it's kind of been floating between 8, 11. I think for a little bit it went to 5, and then it's been a while. A lorry, there we go. I think I said lolly. I meant to say a lorry, yeah. Which is their semi-trucks. The all-time is finished with a sled. The Lottie is a finish with a sled. They used it as an anti-air and as anti-tank and anti-personnel. A little overkill for anti-personnel, don't you think? Definitely works good for anti-air and anti-tank. Be oblivion for anti-personnel. I mean, a 50 would be bad enough, let alone a 20 mil. That'd be crazy. I'm sure he shot, excuse me. I'm pretty sure Kentucky Ballistics shot, ballistic dummy with his. I love Italian cappuccino. I went to a coffee shop and it was always on the house. Nice. Considering the log they shot casted to exist. Considering the log they shot. Cease to exist is probably what you meant to say. Yeah, autocorrect and yeah. Ceased is S-E-A-S-T-E-D, I believe. Maybe not. Casted. How is it even allowing that to work? Casted is not a word. Cast is current or past. It's been cast. That's weird. Casted. It's like saying casted. My autocorrect is horrible too. Or it won't even autocorrect when it should. Trying to remember, Camden, did you say what your oldest gun was that you have? I can't remember. Trying to see when you got in. No, you didn't. You just said yes, it was me when I asked if it was you. Italian food and pastries are so yummy. Pastries are good. Italian food, I really like lasagna, especially if I make it myself. I haven't had other pastas much. And I guess technically is pizza Italian? Craig's. I don't have any Craig's, no, or Crags, yeah. What are those thingies in a Craig? I forget. 30, 40? 30, 40 Craig? I ravioli. The most of the ravioli I've ever had was the Chef Borgino, or they call it Borgino, when we were growing up. Between that and SpaghettiOs, a Danish 30-40. Okay, I was right. 30-40. Crag, yeah. I have not seen one of those. I don't think even in real life. Maybe at the gun show last time. Speaking of which, they should have one here shortly. They usually have one about every 4 months. They've had, yeah, Chef Brigiardi. They had one in January by me, and then they had one like 3 months later. So in April. Well, that means they should have had one in July or August, but they didn't. Maybe it's every 4 months. Yeah, it is pretty yuck. I'd rather have SpaghettiOs. All that stubborn gruel, that stuff, it grows to me. I see a lot of sporterized Craigs. Yeah. Like I said, I think I only saw one at the gun show. A couple of them probably, but other than that, I haven't seen one like at pawn shops or anything like that. You prefer cheese ravioli? No meat in it? Oh, anytime sausage. It's not so good right now. That sounds good, folks. All that stuff. RD ravioli is gross. Yeah. Auto check. Jack don't work. Check auto jack don't work. Yeah. I can tell. Yeah, autocorrect is horrible. It messes it all up. Cold? That's the worst way to have it, dude. SpaghettiOs cold are all right, but straight out of the can. No. You gotta warm it up, dude. At least put out in your little camp stove. Like if you're backpacking, you got your little camp stove with you. That sounds gross. No. uh 7 people in the chat. Definitely a slower night. I mean, it might still be 1,000 people came in and out view-wise, but that's about it, probably. Yeah, if you're in field ops and you don't realize you can't heat it up on the engine of a double deuce and a half. Yeah, that would work. Definitely, because metal can. I have that as a lunch and sometimes dip Pringles in. Dude! Pringles in your ravioli! Hermano, es malo para tu salud. Yeah. I'd rather have ranch beans out of a can. Ranch beans? Oh, those. Yeah, those are pretty good. Yeah, you cook those up, put cheese and sour cream with tortillas. Ranch-style beans, those are good. They're in that black can. We used to get the gallon size, from Costco or Walmart. We get that when we were growing up, when we heat it up and put cheese, sour cream, and eat it with tortilla. Actually, I think I got some cans underneath the counter. Maybe I'll have that for supper. I don't feel like making something too big, so that might work. Although I had some supper already at like 4:30 because I was really hungry because I didn't have lunch. I just worked through the day because I was like, I need to get this job done. And it was like maybe an hour more because we needed to paint the door a different color, tricolor. It's a blue. I forgot to take pictures of the rest of it. Hey, welcome, Music Man. I put them on a hot dog with cheese sometimes. Ravioli? I mean, hey, it would work, I guess. In elementary, me and my friends would put hot sauce in our chocolate milk. Hey, I put pickled jalapeno juice, the juice from jalapenos, in my coffee. That tastes weird. Bush bourbon baked beans are great. Yeah, Bush, yep. I've never had bourbon, though. Bush baked beans are pretty good. No, ranch style beans. Yeah, those are better. I think so too. The ranch style beans I think taste better. Bush's baked beans are okay. I'm not a huge. I mean, I eat them. Isn't that what the Brits eat? They have beans with their eggs and sausage. They have beans. I used to live in Phoenix, Arizona. Really? I used to live outskirts of Phoenix, Wickenburg, and before that, I was outskirts of Oracle, Arizona. It was a town called Mammoth. Now I live down south from Tucson, off of 10. The exit you would take for Fort Huachuca, I'm back in that way. What is good is Doritos and fruit roll. Dude, what? Fruit roll-ups and Doritos? Okay. In 1879. Hey, Vernon, welcome to the chat. 1879, age 18, I bought a 45 cal muzzleloader rifle. Nice. A kit. Never fired it. It's displayed in my man cave under a large buffalo painting. Nice. So that is my oldest one right there. It would be my Kentucky rifle. It's from 1820 to 1860s is when they made those. Well, the thing is, every time you get baked beans with bacon, all you get is fat chunks. There's no bacon in it. Wow, Vernon just told us how old he is. If someone wanted to do a quick math, he was 18 in 79. So he's a little older than my dad, because my dad was born in 63. So in 73 he was 10. So you're 2 years old. You're a 61 model. You're born in 61, so you'd be 64, 65, something like that. Dixie Gun Works for real full-size cannon. So there's actually a cannon at my gun and pawn that the other gun shop used to have for sale. Someone made it. The gun shop that closed because they were allegedly selling stuff illegally, straw purchases and all this, all alleged. And you close to Scottsdale. Okay, I used to work in Scottsdale. When I lived in Wickenburg, I did a lot of tree trimming in Scottsdale in Surprise. Let me... Texas now close to Denton. Okay, gotcha. But yeah, that cannon, it's pretty big. It's fully functional. I think it shoots, if you... Kentucky Ballistics punt gun called Fury, I think it shoots about that size, maybe a little bit bigger. If you put cinnamon on your waffles or pancakes. I have in the past. I haven't recently. That tastes pretty good, in my opinion. Cinnamon's good on a lot of stuff. Indiscretion. Like, don't get a whole spoonful like they used to do, the cinnamon spoon challenge. I've never tried that, by the way. Scottsdale. Yeah, I used to go to Scottsdale after work different times. I used to have a Land Rover Discovery, and so I got a couple parts from them for for that. It was a 2002, and some parts were actually cheaper at the dealer than getting them at O'Reilly's. I got my coil packs from there. They were cheaper. And I got my the thermostat that's in a plastic housing cheaper at the dealer. It's weird. I like cheese and waffles. I would have cheese on the side. I wouldn't have together. That sounds good, by the way. I got those little ones you put in the toaster. Then I usually have eggs and bacon with them. Let's see here. Yeah, I would eat cheese on the side, like slice up the. I like extra sharp. I just went to Vermont. Maple syrup, cinnamon, help control blood. Yeah, they do. Of course, the dealer is mega expensive. Most would be, but surprisingly, a lot of the parts for the Rover were actually cheaper at the dealer. The coil packs were, and the thermostat was when I needed one. He was throwing a code for the temperature, saying it was not normal operation temperature, like it took too long to warm up. Well, what happened is the plastic or one of the rubber diaphragm pieces got stuck, and so it was partway open all the time. You know that Kraft Parmesan cheese is like that one. For reals? Parmesan cheese on your waffles. I know people put powdered sugar. We had this older lady friend. She would say Farmer John cheese instead of Parmesan. She'd say Farmer John cheese. He was like 92 years old. It was really funny. Each time she'd say it, we would just kind of chuckle and look at ourselves. We'd visit her. Farmer John cheese. I like the Farmer John sausage or Jimmy Dean or whatever. Well, about 10 minutes we'll close out. Then we'll be at 2 hours like we normally are. Oh, I don't like cinnamon and powdered sugar on my waffles. Oh, with a bit of butter for it is like a paste. Oh, when the butter would melt, yeah, it would be pasty. I do like. Sorry, I said I don't like. I said I don't like. I do like cinnamon. Okay. Yeah, I have powdered sugar on my waffles at different restaurants. There's a local breakfast and lunch, and then some days are open in the evenings too. Thursdays and Fridays, and I think Saturdays there too. Just down the road from me, it's called Country Club Kitchen or Country Kitchen something restaurant, family little restaurant. I hate cottage cheese. I prefer ricotta cheese. So in lasagna, when I make it, there's some people who cheapskate and use cottage cheese. When I make it, I always put ricotta. I know the bottles of cheap Parmesan cheese. They're like $5. Okay, interesting. Burrito pie. That sounds interesting. Cooked chili and beans. Pour on chips. Top with onions and cheese in the bowl. That sounds pretty good. Because like we'd have chili and instead of a tortilla, we'd put Fritos in it, which is okay. But if you eat it fast enough, it's better. Otherwise, your chips get all soggy and wimpy. Oh, mozzarella cheese. Ooh, mozzarella. Mozzarella es muy rico. Está, hermanos. I like mozzarella cheese. That's good stuff. The real stuff. It's been a while since I had the real stuff. Like the authentic branded stuff. It's just so expensive. I like the Polish cheese that I had in Manhattan. That was good. I like some of the cheese in the little special packages at Walmart and all the other stores that carry it. There's this one, it's from Ireland. It's like some aged cheese that's really good. It starts with a K, the brand. Pizza grade mozzarella cheese is yuck to eat. It's okay. Got a Henry W. lever action. Nice! I have one too, but it's having some problems, so I need to send it in. The slide mechanism, when it slides forward, it doesn't go forward enough, so when you pull the trigger and the hammer hits the firing pin, it's not close enough to the shell to fire. Oh, blue cheese. Blah. What about Limburger cheese? That's worse. You should go to a person and ask for Fumuder cheese. I've never heard of that one. You've heard of Limburger cheese? So I had a great grandpa he lived in Wisconsin at this time when we went to go visit him. Hey, what? We lost the subscription. That's sad. Might have been YouTube pulling a bot. And he was eating this stuff called Limburger cheese. And I was like, it stunk so bad. It was disgusting. Blue cheese dressing tastes good. So. You barely have to put any on, in my opinion. I'd prefer regular dressing and then sprinkle on, that. No, not that, brother. I got it now. From down under. Si, senor. I prefer, if I'm going to have blue cheese, crumble it on my salad with the croutons, just very lightly. My brother-in-law worked for City of Phoenix. Neat. Lived in Mesa. I had my aunt and uncle used to live in Mesa. Now they're outskirts of Phoenix. Just recently retired and moved to Texas. My sister's choice. Oh, okay. Limburger cheese. You smell Limburger cheese and you go, yep. Home. Yeah, I don't know how you can eat that stuff. Like, there's some other stuff too. Was it some type of snails that stink really bad that people eat, or a little fish? It's one of those challenges people on YouTube do. to try to eat this certain stuff. Limburger cheese might be one of them, but there's some little fish in a can that just reeks to high heavens, supposedly. I don't know if it's not escargot. That would be like what Kentucky Ballistic use. I think that's snails, which stinks too, by the way, I'm sure. Especially because he lets them ripe them up over there. I like any cheese except goat cheese and blue cheese. I don't really like blue cheese a lot. Goat cheese, I think, tastes pretty good, as well as goat milk. Goat milk's good unless you let it sit for like 3-4 days, and then it starts getting goaty. Goat cheese would taste a little bit goaty or two, but I like it. If I wanted to eat blue cheese, I would eat a bowl of mold. A bottle of mold. Hey, what's up, Paul Wick? You're back. Sore stomach. What's that? What's sore stomach? Is that the fish that's super stinky? Didn't even know Paul was back there. Sardines, no, they're not that stinky. They're okay. Sardines I can eat, no problem. Roast goat. I've never had roast goat. I have had lamb once, and that was good. But I've never had goat, surprisingly, unless I did in Honduras. Is that what the translation of it is? Strong stomach? The stinky fish.
P.U. Who farted?
I know, right? Fresh sardines are good. I've never had fresh, only canned. Head cheese. Yeah, I've heard about that. Do they actually make it out of a head of something? Or like pickled calf's foot jelly or something? Or pickled pig's feet? Oh, I'm always in the shadows, brother. I never left. Hoo hoo hoo, like a ninja. Head cheese is smegma? I heard of magma and mega. Viva America! But not smegma. Smegma. I don't know what that is. There we go again. YouTube had to reconnect us for some reason after I did that screenshot. Canned sardines and oysters on crackers with cheese squares and bread and buttered pickles as a snack. So all that sounds good, but the buttered pickles. I'm not a bread and butter pickle or a sweet pickle guy. I'm a dill guy. The Jimmy In Show did a stream where he ate some. Really? He didn't get far. Yeah, I know which one that one is now. I was getting him mixed up with another guy earlier. You know, the one guy I haven't gotten any alerts for. Who was that guy? Dust Cover Actual I haven't been getting alerts for, but there's another one too. That's just a fella that has a dog as well, like the Jimmy Show. I have been getting for Pistol Pete. FAL Man I have. Llama I have. Utah Dad I have, but I think he's been off for a little while. Yeah, I'm a dill guy. I don't like olives. I will have black olives on pizza. That's like the only thing. Yeah, he has a nice channel. The Jimmy Show is really nice. He's got a nice collection. Yeah, he has a dog as well. But I forget what the other guy is. He's ex-military. I haven't had an alert. What is his channel's name? Don't remember. Did you look up what a RSC rifle is or a M? I have not, unfortunately. He was live like 2 days ago, actually. He rearranged his set. And so, how was that? I think he had it closed, or whatever you want to call it, for his live because he was rearranging some stuff and busy in life too. You like Melissa 92? I love mine. Not sure what that is. Is that like a 1892 Bollinger, you know, but it's an 1892 Melissa? I'm not sure what that is. Might have been AutoFix having problem. An M92. I don't think I have an M92. No, not that I know of. I don't think so. I have an M38. That's my Mosin Nagant. Probably Beretta. Yeah, I wondered. Yeah, I do not. The only Beretta I have is a double barrel 10 gauge Silverhawk, made in 1960. I don't have any M92 Berettas. It'd be nice. I thought about getting one, the stainless one, the more tactical looking one. Um, and then I was going to see if I get wood grips for it. Although maybe it had wood. I don't think it did. I like my wood grips, so. But most of the time I'm more of a blued guy, but I do have a few stainless, and then like those are the ones on the counter there. A lot of those would be like that nickel plated. Malik 92. Camden, do you know what that is? I've never heard of a Malik. 1 to 10 gauge. What is it like to shoot and find out? So my 10 gauge single shot, I'd say hurts a little bit more than the double barrel because something with the design of it, probably because it's lighter. So I have some shorts of me shooting it like 3 weeks ago. So if you want to see those, you'd have to scroll down a little bit. The ammo, my local gun and pawn has it right now. They didn't have it before, but since that other gun shop closed, their inventory of ammo, the gun and pawn bought it. And so I've bought a couple boxes through them, 2 of them, I think, for, I think it was $28 for 10, I think it was. So they're just over $2, like $2.10 around $2.15. Yeah, I don't know what a Malik is either. I think I screenshot that one. Let me do it again. I'll look it up later. But yeah, I have, what, 4 10 gauges then. The 2 of them aren't operational. I thought it was just 1, but here the lever action I have, I went to shoot it and I did a short on it too. And here the firing pin's messed up on it. It's totally, somebody at one time broke it. It was just, you look in the hole and it's not sticking out or anything. So, didn't make a mark or nothing on the show. I won't shoot modern ones in there. I'll just shoot the my hand load 10 gauges in that. Yep. Well, I will probably shut the live down. We got 3 people in here. We're 2 hours and 2 minutes in. So now 3. Now 3 people. 5 now. Every time I talk about lowering it, it's weird. People start hopping in. I think that's YouTube. Anyway. Guys, this is Desert Armory and More. Thank you so much for coming by. We're going to go ahead and wind down the chat. M92 Clone. Okay. Yes. Have a good night, Carmen. Carmine, however you pronounce that. Appreciate you coming by. Paul Wick, thank you, brother, for stopping by. Appreciate you. Thanks for your support in the 2A content here and double tapping that screen, letting the YouTubes know that there's some people who still like this content, even though they don't, and they throttle us down. So we go live 6 p.m. Arizona time every evening. If we're not able to, I'll do a short about that. The other evening we weren't able to. I was visiting my uncle. He had a stroke. So anyways, have a blessed evening. Thank you so much for coming by again. You all have a blessed night, blessed day, blessed rest of your life whenever that ends. And when life throws you lemons, don't make lemonade. Trust God in those times of uncertainties instead. Thanks again, guys. Desert Armory More. Out. Till next time, folks.